The Camino de Santiago is such an amazing experience. But when you start to think of all that planning, your excitement can quickly become anxiety. What if you can't find a bed? What if you have to sleep outside? What if you get lost? On and on these fears can go. But don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to show you the 8 biggest fears that people have before walking the Camino de Santiago, and more importantly, how to conquer each and every one of those fears. This is a very common fear for people new to the Camino. The best way to conquer it is to answer these simple questions. Is it a busy period? Peak busy periods on the Française and Portuguese are May into June and September. If you're walking during a busy period, consider booking your first night or two to help ease any anxiety. If you're on the Française, that would mean booking from St. Jean up until Pamplona. Is it a main stage and potential bottleneck? Stopping at the end of a stage from a guidebook or at a stage with limited accommodation can lead to overcrowding and the dreaded Camino bed race, where there aren't enough beds for everyone. An easy way around this, if you're not an early riser or a fast walker, is to simply stay off stage. There are some truly amazing albergues that are considered off stage that have lots of beds and would love to host you. Rest assured, you will be okay and you will find a bed. Being lonely and worrying you won't meet anyone is such a common fear. I mean, I still get it sometimes myself. But rest assured, the Camino is the best place for solo travellers for connecting with others and making friends. You will meet friendly people when you're walking, in the albergue relaxing, coming together for a communal meal, and at drinks in the local bars. There will be lots of opportunities to meet people. So many people start the Camino alone and finish it with lifelong friendships. That's because the Camino is the best place in the world for meeting people. A great icebreaker if you're walking and you see a stranger is to simply say, Buen Camino, which means good way. If you're walking on the more popular routes, like the Française or the Portuguese, there will be lots of Camino waymarker signs pointing you in the right direction. The only times you might lose your way is when it's dark or when you're in a larger city, because sometimes it can be hard to find the yellow arrows and the Camino markers with all of the city signs. But rest assured, there is a solution for this. The Camino app. There are some great apps for the Camino de Santiago that have maps showing you where on the Camino you are and other super useful information. While I encourage you to learn some simple phrases and words in the local language, rest assured on the more popular Camino routes you'll be okay with English. So don't let this fear stop you from going. And if say you're in a shop and you don't know the word for something, do what us Brits have been doing for centuries. Simply point and loudly say, that one. Public restrooms are often in short supply even on the most popular Camino routes. But rest assured, there are often lots of cafes and bars where you can use their services. But it's common courtesy to at least buy a drink or a snack if you use their restrooms. Oh, and I really recommend taking half a roll of Late last year there were some articles in the news concerning the safety of the Camino de Santiago for solo female hikers. The article's made for tough reading, and my heart goes out to the people affected by this. The pilgrim community spoke out, and while these things can happen, the general consensus was the Camino is still a very safe place, more so than any major city. The busy routes have lots of people walking, so if you ever feel unsafe, just ask to walk with someone. They'll only be too happy to oblige. Sleeping in a dormitory surrounded by strangers can be a bit daunting. I know, because I used to get nervous about it. But rest assured, albergues aren't all full of snorers, and you can get a good night's sleep in an albergue. But not all albergues are equal. Some of the private and donativo albergues give you more space and are less cramped than the older municipal albergues. Hunt out the good ones. What can work well is every few nights stay in private accommodation. That way you can catch up on any sleep and enjoy the luxury of having your own toilet. Not even to the top yet. This common fear is understandable. It's not every day you walk 500 miles from one side of the country to the other. To be honest, I'd be concerned if you weren't worried. But before you go on Camino, ask yourself these questions. Are you used to walking anywhere from 10 to 20 plus kilometers a day? If not, do you have time to practice? Are you used to walking with weight on your back? If you want to carry your pack on Camino, I strongly recommend practicing with weight on your back. The fitter you are, the less stressful it will be on your body. Yes, your fitness will improve walking on Camino, but if you arrive with a good level of fitness, those first few days just might be a little less painful. Obviously though, if you're young and fit, you can ignore this point and just happily stroll all the way to Santiago. Now, before you go on Camino, it's really important to know what to pack. So in this video, I show you what to pack and more importantly, how to pack light, because packing light can help you prevent injury. So I really recommend giving it a watch.